Hi everyone, it's Jolly here with Crack Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a jungle tier list. So this is kind of like a breakdown of what I consider the jungle meta to be like. These are the Pokemon that I recommend that you use if you want to get up to Master, especially for beginners who are trying to figure out the jungle, who are trying to figure out what Pokemons to use in the jungle. This guide or this tier list is just for you. So to start off with, Absol got some really nice buffs this patch, and I consider him a tier Pokemon. The buffs have helped, and he is a bit stronger, but he is not as broken as some of the S-pick Pokemon. Ninetales is okay. She has a good clear. She's able to kite away. But some of these other Pokemon can gank better and can get to lane a lot better. She does have some form of CC, so that's why I put her in the B rank. And that CC is really good for ganks. I considered Charizard an S tier Pokemon just because of the fact that he could go into different roles. He does have a better clear now with Flamethrower, and he is an all-rounder, so he's a bit tankier than some of the other junglers. So he could definitely, especially late game, he could definitely carry fights. He could beat the Cinderace, the Greninja, the Zeraora, whoever jungler you're opposing or your opponent is. He could definitely beat him in the 1v1. And he has a lot of damage. And his Flamethrower buff with the speed has definitely helped his clear. So I'm going to put Charizard in the S rank because of his flexibility of going as an all-rounder and as jungler. Cinderace is probably one of the two best junglers in the game right now. The buffs have helped him a lot. Pyro Ball helps him with his clear. It helps him kite the camps, and it helps him just get around the jungle a lot faster. And just the damage that he has is just great. Hands down, he's the best jungler in the patch right now. Clamorant, he's not that good as a Pokemon or as a jungler right now. The nerfs did hit him and they did hurt him. But I could see him being a bit better than some of these other Pokemon. But yes, I'm going to put him into C tier. Crustle, surprisingly, it's actually pretty good as a jungler. I'm going to put him in the A tier along Absol just because of the fact that he could go both as a defender and as a jungler. His movement speed and the ability to move through the jungle is massive. He's able to just do a lot in a short amount of time. He could go from top lane to the bot lane within seconds, and a lot faster than something like a Greninja or something like a Cinderace, right? He's able to just move back and forth between lanes. Like most junglers are supposed to have the movement that Crustle has, and that's why I consider him an A rank pick right now. Eldegoss is definitely she doesn't do much for you and your team. So that's why I put her in the D tier as a jungler specifically. Garchomp, all-rounders, they are able to get around the jungle fairly nice. Garchomp is slightly worse than Ninetales. He just needs, having the form helps him get ahead and helps him carry games. But he doesn't have a good clear. Gardevoir is a B tier. Gardevoir needs a lot of experience in order to get ahead in the game. And being in the jungle actually helps her. If she's AFK jungling and just farming and then coming every once in a while in the lanes, then she's going to carry games. Right? She's not as good as an A tier Pokemon or an S tier Pokemon. She's somewhat decent. Right? But it's because of the fact that she's squishy that I'm putting her in B tier. She does have the output, she does have the damage, but it comes in late, and as a jungler, she gets it a bit earlier than if she was playing attacker, but she's still squishy. Gengar, A tier, just his combo, from the beginning of the game till now. Yes, they did nerf him, but he is able to counter a lot of Pokemon, especially in low elo. He counters Greninja, he can counter Cinderace, Zeraora, all these squishy champions. He's able to counter them with his ult or with his Unite move because they can't do damage to him. However, if you're in a higher tier or high elo, then he's definitely B tier. So for high elo, Gengar's B tier. For low elo, he's definitely A tier. Greninja has a lot of movement. He does have a lot of damage as well. He did get hit in the ban list, but his clear, his damage is still great. I think the buff to his ultimate is really useful now. It's a small buff. It's a lot faster now. So that's why he's able to contest a lot of these objectives, like the Zapdos or like the Dreadnought or like the Rotom. So I'm putting him in A tier. If you're going into high elo, you encounter probably a lot more Greninjas that they're like one trick, so they'll be able to carry their team a lot better. So he might be S rank, but for low elo, I'm gonna put him in A rank. Lucario is pretty broken right now. The only reason I don't put him in S rank is because of the fact that some of his moves did get nerfed. He's able to have a good clear, but his clear is not as good as Charizard's or Cinderace or Zeraora's, which is why I'm going to put him in the A tier. His extreme speed does help him with ganking, and it does help him get around the jungle a lot faster, so that's why I put him in A tier. If he's in low elo, he's definitely going to be B tier, but in high elo, I consider him an A tier Pokemon. Machamp, I'm going to put him in the B tier. He's similar to Lucario. The only difference is that Machamp needs extreme speed as his item, and he's able to gank with that. But because of the nerfs he's seen in the game, he's not that good, so I wouldn't recommend him. Mr. Mime, as well as Eldegoss, they're not that helpful when it comes to the jungle. They have a hard time getting around. So I do not recommend running Mr. Mime in the jungle. Pikachu surprisingly has a lot of utility when it comes to jungling. She does get an experience and she's able to kite away. So the kiting helps. The fact that she's able to attack from a distance. So I would recommend Pikachu as a B tier Pokemon. Yeah, he has CC, so he could gank lanes easily, a lot more easily than something like an Absol or a Gengar. Because of the CC, she's able to stun them and they're able to jump on them and do damage and kill your opponents. So that's why I'm putting Pikachu in B tier. Slowbro, he's okay. He's not as weak as Eldegoss or Mr. Mime, but I wouldn't recommend him. Like anything C tier, D tier, I don't recommend jungle. Snorlax, he is good as a Pokemon as a defender, but he's just so slow. So because of his slowness, I do not recommend him in the jungle. Talonflame did get some buffs, and he is really versatile right now. He does carry a lot of damage, and you could take him as an attacker, and he'll do just as good. He got the buffs that he needed. He's definitely not S rank because some of these other Pokemon are a lot better. But yeah, if you want to pick up Talonflame, especially higher elo, he's an A rank. If you're going low elo, he's definitely S rank. That's the difference here. He's definitely an S rank if he's in low elo. And higher elo, he's definitely A rank. There's sometimes he can't fight or he gets stuck, but just the ability to move away now with his kite and the speed is just really beneficial to Talonflame. Venusaur, he just got some new buffs. He's doing really well right now in the meta. His combo right now is just really broken. The fact that he's able to use Giga Drain and Petal Dance, and he's able to Spando, also helps you with clearing your jungle, but he's still limited. Wigglytuff, I'm going to put Wigglytuff in the C tier. Her movement, actually, I'm going to go with B tier. Her movement and her CC are actually really good. If you choose to go rollout with Wigglytuff, you do have angles where you could gank, but they are really conditional because you want to gank into rollout into a wall, so you got to make sure that you aim that right and you time it right. Other than that, your ganking is not going to be good, so you just definitely have to move your camera a lot more. So if you're in higher elo, definitely B. If you're in lower elo, then C rank. Zeraora, I think is the best jungler right now along Cinderace. He also counters things like Cinderace, Absol, Greninja, Gengar, Talonflame because of his kit. Like honestly, he's able to get in, get out. He's able to use Discharge to just attack and stun the whole team. Like he does a lot, and some of these other squishier champions cannot compete with the damage. However, really good Cinderaces and Greninjas in higher elo are going to be able to kite away Zeraora. But Zeraora does have Volt Switch. He does have his ultimate or his Unite move that helps him kind of prevent his opponents from moving too much, or it gives him the ability to catch up, right? So that's why I recommend Zeraora as one of your junglers. Blissey is broken as a jungler only if you're running in squads of 5. If you're running as squads of 5, there's this team comp where Blissey goes into the jungle and the rest of the team just farms. So, but like I said, it's specific to teams of 5. Other than that, you will struggle with Blissey in the jungle. But because you're in a team of 5, you're communicating with your team and you get all that heal. Just her ability to heal your whole team and contest objectives with your team is just amazing. Blastoise, I consider Blastoise an A tier Pokemon. He's the newest Pokemon right now. Mamoswine and Sylveon have not been released yet, but he is a defender. He's great at defending. His Surf allows him to go from camp to camp a lot faster, and he's able to gank lanes a lot better than some of these other Pokemon. So that's why I put him at the A tier rank. But other than that, yeah, this is my tier list. Like, I definitely recommend going Charizard, Zeraora, Cinderace as your junglers. If you want to try someone that's not just like a jungler per se, I recommend Charizard or Lucario. But some of these other Pokemon definitely just are a lot better or have versatility. So anything the A rank, anything the S rank, I recommend. B to D, I would suggest you stay away from. Like even Crustle, Crustle is good, but it takes someone that's really skilled to use his moves, because you need to know how to land the rock too, so that your team could attack while your opponents are trying to run away, and you're able to just keep them separated, right? He's good at separating teams. So if they're trying to get away and you use your moves and you trap them, then that's why Crustle will be really good. But he's more utility than he is damage. Same thing, something like Blastoise. He's more utility than damage. Same thing with Blissey, more utility than damage. But yes, anything S tier, A tier, I recommend as your jungle champion. But yeah, if you found this helpful, or if you want another guide or any tier list, comment down in the comment section below, and we'll get that out for you. Thanks again for checking us out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.